Hi folks, and welcome to the Market Wrap for 2025. And what we saw across the year was a vastly different market than what we saw in 2024. This year, the market was a lot more stable, a lot more positivity, a lot more transactions, buyer confidence was up, especially in that back part of the year. Now, what do we put that down to? Economic climate has stabilised a bit. We didn't have the interest rates running down. The interest rates were stable for a lot of the year. And then we saw that interest rate cut in August, which really kicked off a lot of the market. So if we look at the whole year, across Bellarine Property in the two offices, we sold 238 properties. If I consider what were the best performing segments of the market, if we look at 3222, so Clifton Springs, Curlewis and Drysdale, if there was any homes under 750,000, especially in the back part of this year, that market was just absolutely electric. In Ocean Grove, any homes under 1.1 million performed really well all year and continuing to do so now. And then if we look at Barwon Heads, any homes under 1.5 million has been performing really well. If we look at where the buyers come from, what sort of properties we're selling, so if you look at the Bellarine and the history of the Bellarine Peninsula, there's always been a really high portion of holiday home. We have seen that drop off quite significantly in the last couple of years for all the obvious factors. So across 2025, just over 80% of our sales were bought by owner-occupiers, so it's people that want to live there full time. Those holiday home buyers dropped down to 9%, the lowest I have seen in my 12 years in real estate, quite incredible. But what we did see was 11% of our sales get sold to investors. Especially in the back 3 or 4 months of the year, we are seeing a lot of investors come back into the market and into those sort of more entry suburbs like Clifton Springs, Curlewis, Drysdale, Ocean Grove, and that's starting to really pick up. What we're going to do now, let's cross to all the agents. They're going to tell us a little bit about some more significant sales or important sales that they were involved in through 2025.
As Levi mentioned earlier, the bottom end of the market in 3222 was absolutely taking off at the end of this year. A prime example is 16 Leawarra Way, sold in 6 days, had 29 people through the home and 4 competing offers, and sold for $21,000 above the top of the range. 14 Pampandi Drive was my highlight of 225. Had a couple of first home buyers, Eddie and Sam, who had missed out on a lot to investors in the area, and to be able to make that call and say you've secured the home was certainly the highlight of my year.
2 really good campaigns to touch on from me. First up, I had 10 Pearl Street in Ocean Grove, a really sought after, family friendly, leafy pocket. 1 open home, 15 buyers through, and the property selling in under a week, so plenty of demand there. Secondly, over in Oakdean Estate, we had 17 Launceston Street, Ocean Grove, a really lovely custom build with every upgrade imaginable. Plenty of interest there from buyers. Everyone was really impressed, selling in just over 4 weeks at the top of the range.
For me, 2025 was a really exciting year, having sold the 2 highest selling properties in Ocean Grove for the whole year, one being 121 Dare Street and the second property was 57 The Terrace. Both properties sold within the range quoted and had lots of interest. 121 Dare Street had around 65 buyers through that whole campaign, and 57 The Terrace had 42 buyers through in about 8 weeks. That shows there is still a lot of buyers looking for that high-end property on the Bellarine Peninsula.
13 Aquila Street in Colandina was an absolute highlight for me in the last couple of months. This property was not only perfectly positioned but presented immaculately. This resulted in 2 competing parties trying to secure the property, and it was sold in less than 14 days. 21 Seagull Grove was not only a challenging but a rewarding sale for me this year. The owners decided to take the property off the market and complete some renovations. Once the property was taken offline, 2 buyers reached out wanting to inspect. They both noticed that the property had been taken offline and reached out to inquire and arrange inspection times. This resulted in 2 competing parties offering on the property and a very happy vendor.
2025 has been a big, exciting year for our market in Brimley, with a record 7 sales recorded for the town. The calibre of properties sold ranged from high-end vacant land and entry-level property, with the majority of our purchasers looking to purchase to move to live permanently, which is a really positive sign for Brimley. A notable sale for me this year was 17 Golf Links Road. A gorgeous local family wanting to stay in Barwon Heads but looking to upsize Having found them the right home to move to, we focused on the sale of their property. They really invested in the presentation and preparing their property for market and were truly rewarded. We had a huge campaign, strong buyer interest, multiple parties offering, and it sold above the range. We just couldn't have been happier for those guys.
15 Maloney's Road in Leopold was a standout for me. Amazing property, architecturally designed, incredible views of Lake Connewarre, and just one of the greatest vendors we've come across. It was on the market for 7 months and ended up with a great result. The campaign at the Faldo Court blocks at the 13th Beach Estate has been going for 12 or 18 months. Got 4 of those blocks sold this year and really enjoy selling within that estate.
I started my career with Bellarine Property a couple of months ago, and I've been really fortunate to be part of 6 sales campaigns. One of the campaigns that really stands out for me is 43 Thumbelina Road in Clifton Springs. We actually sold that property off market. It's a beautiful little renovated 2-bedroom house. In the first few days, we were able to take 4 parties through for inspections, and that resulted in 2 of the parties competing with their offers, and we were able to secure a sale price above the range. So super happy vendor, and it went to a really lovely couple for their first home buy.
So as you've just heard, a busier than expected market across the Bellarine in 2025, especially around the median prices in every suburb that we service. Personally, I found it really great to see such an even mix of first home buyers and investors and families and downsizers all playing their part in increasing confidence throughout the year. To everyone that bought and sold with us, and of course to the tenants and landlords who trust us with their investment properties, we thank you so much for your support. And to everyone watching, have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. We look forward to doing it all again in 2026.